Welcome to Focus on DeSoto Today, a public information program produced by the City of DeSoto's Community Relations Department. This series of programs is designed to present in discussion format topics of current interest to DeSoto residents. I'm Kathy Jones, Public Information Officer for DeSoto, and I'll be your host. Today we will be discussing the upcoming Library Appreciation Event. And I'm really happy to have a room full of ladies today. First, I'd like to introduce our Managing Director of Library Services, Lucille Dade, and you brought all your friends with you. Ladies, introduce yourselves.
I'm Linda McAfee.
Hi, Linda.
Billy Clayton.
Versi Lusk.
Joanne Jackson.
Precious Davis.
Joanne Swan.
Elizabeth Walker.
Welcome, ladies. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Now, you all are the Friends of the Library.
Yes, we are.
Yes. As I understand it, the Friends of the Library is a different group than our library board. Is that correct?
That's
Yes.
Yes. Billy, tell us how you're different.
Well, the sole mission of the Friends of the DeSoto Library is to support the DeSoto Public Library. The Friends of the DeSoto Library is a nonprofit organization that began in the 1970s. At that time, their normal method of raising funds for the library was by the sale of used books. In the early 80s, the Friends decided to raffle a quilt, and that quilt brought in over $1,000.
Wow.
Presently, the Friends raise funds through special events, corporate and private donations, the sale of earbuds and flash drives, as well as membership.
And you mentioned the quilt. You raffled off a quilt. My
Yes.
goodness, how did you do that? I understand there's a quilting group. Elizabeth, you're part of that group. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, nowadays, instead of raffling off a quilt that we have made, we take somebody who has a quilt, the grandma quilt made piece, or they piece the quilt themselves, but they do not do hand quilting and they want it hand quilted. So we charge them a fee for it, then that money is put aside for things, that's our money raising program, and that's set aside for things for the library that's not included in their budget.
Thank you. And I know you four are part of the quilters because we actually snuck over to the library a couple of days ago and took some footage of you guys in action, which we'll be seeing right now. Here we are in the DeSoto Public Library, and I'm with our quilters group who are part of the Friends of the Library. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Precious Davis.
Joanne Jackson.
Joanne Swan.
Elizabeth Walker.
Elizabeth, tell us a little bit about how this group got together. What's the purpose of your group?
We're part of the Friends of the Library, and we quilt people's quilts for them, and they pay us for it, and we raise money for things in the library that aren't covered by the budget or something that breaks and they have an emergency.
That's cool. And the Friends of the Library is kind of a fundraising group.
That's
I
right.
mean, you're not the library board,
No.
but you're a group that
We
supports
have
the
nothing
library.
to do with the board or the library actually, except.
Other than y'all are all friends, I'm sure. Work together on projects.
Yes, we are friends.
How long has this group been in existence? Tell us, I know you have a family history of the group.
I do. My mother and father were part of the original Friends of the Library in DeSoto.
And tell us why it's called the Friends of the Library. I like that story.
Well, they were like-minded people who had an interest in learning, reading, and feeling that it was very important for children to have access to that avenue of their upbringing. And it started as a county school, not as a DeSoto school. And I actually worked
Oh, did you really?
to help do that
Uh-huh.
with the librarian. It was just part-time and volunteer. But people that are like-minded and feel the importance of reading and learning are friends of the library, no matter who you are.
That's
And I think
great.
that's very important. My mother was part of the original quilters of the library.
Was your mother one of the ones that came up with the idea to do the quilting?
Probably as a group,
Mhm,
but not the initiator, I know. But they loved to do that because it did raise, at that time, and they will explain this, more monies that helped libraries. It started with book sales and other smaller fundraisers, but when the quilters realized they could make more money doing the quilting than other fundraisers, that's when the primary source of income was the quilting. The older quilters, like my mother, have passed away or moved away or no longer able to quilt.
Yeah,
And it's very important to get citizens involved.
It's a wonderful art, but I'm afraid it's going to die away if we don't get some.
If you can
some other
sew a
folks
button,
interested.
you can quilt.
That's
It's
great.
that easy.
Well,
It's that easy.
This is a beautiful quilt that you all are working on right now.
It is.
Tell us a little bit about what you do with the money that you raise.
Joanne.
Well, if the library has something breaks down, it's not in the city budget, well, they'll come to us and ask us for it. We do some other fundraising things, sell earbuds and flash drives and book bags and things like that. But, this is our main fundraiser here.
And not only is it a great way to raise money, but you guys have fun doing this, don't you?
Exactly.
They're kind of quiet right now, but they really do have a good time back here.
Exactly.
You quilt all morning, and you go to lunch, and then you come back and quilt some more in the afternoon every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
And back to our fundraising, I know you have some other activities that you're working on.
We
Precious,
do.
Can you tell us about that?
On November 9th, we're having Library Day, and we're hoping that for that to be a yearly event, and that be our biggest fundraiser where we can raise the most. The library has done this great job. Their summer library reading program, they're stepping up the gifts that they give away for children to read, and we just see the necessity to aid them in that. November 9th is a Saturday. We're going to have a big festival. We'll have vendors, we'll have the high school band playing, we'll have entertainment, and we're just asking people to come out and support us in our effort to raise money for the library.
I think that's a great idea, and you may get people in the library who've never been here before. And once they find out what wonderful programs are offered, you won't be able to keep them away.
Hopefully.
I think that's a great effort. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add? Tell us about some fun quilts you've worked on in the past.
This particular quilt is called a Confederate quilt. The lady that pieced it is one of the ladies
This
we've
is
done
still
several
coming out
quilts
from-
for.
Uh-huh.
And she told us to do what we thought
This
was
is the
best,
mark.
Right.
and we quilted it.
And when you say piece, people bring these quilts to you already put
Already
together, the
put
top
together.
part.
The top is already put together.
And you're making it actually into a nice warm quilt.
That's right.
That's beautiful. It's very beautiful.
And part of the money that we get, we help with their summer reading program, help them fund that activity for the children.
Well, I sure appreciate you letting me come in and watch you guys quilt. It looks like you're having a lot of fun, and you do a lot of great things for the DeSoto Public Library. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
One
Thank you.
last question.
Uh-huh.
I need to. Oh, and can we reiterate? We need quilters. We need people to
Yes.
come in and help.
Yes.
We have a backlog of quilt tops we need, and we just need people to come in. If they can't come from 10 to 3, if they can just come for an hour, come for 2.
Whenever you can.
Whenever you can.
Well, if someone just has a desire but doesn't have any ability or has never done it before, will you teach them?
Sure will.
Awesome. That's great. Well, you heard the plea there, DeSoto citizens. We need some help with the quilters. They've got lots to do and not enough hands to do it. Thank you so much for letting me share your afternoon with you today.
Well, thank you for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, it looks like you guys have a lot of fun doing that. I know, Lucille, this group exists to help you with your budget. They do things that we can't afford as part of our city budget. Tell us a little bit about the things that this group has done to help the library.
Okay, you're absolutely correct, Kathy. They assist the library with purchasing items that it's not in our budget. Some of the things that they have assisted us with in the past includes purchasing a cash register. Out of the blue, our cash register went on the blink and we needed a new one. We didn't have it in our budget. We asked our quilters to purchase one for us, and with that, Lincoln and I, they purchased the cash register for us. They have also done other things, like they've purchased book bags that they sell for the library. We wanted to go with the recycled book bags and needed to order them in a large quantity. They purchased them and they continue to purchase those and sell them. As someone mentioned earlier, also the earbuds and flash drives are items that they purchase and sell. And they've also purchased media shelving for us. We needed the lower media shelving for our CDs and DVDs, and Blockbuster was going out of business and we needed that shelving, and they purchased the shelving for us, as well as they also participate in our back to school fund drive by purchasing a table, and the money that they use to purchase the table goes toward helping to fill the backpacks that the school district give away every year. So we have a wonderful group of friends.
Yeah, it's great to have friends.
Yes, it is.
We also financially help with the summer reading program.
Yes,
Yes.
oh indeed,
Yes.
yes.
Well, that's really helpful because, you know, being a city employee, I know how budgets are and how tight they are, and if what you need wasn't funded this year, you've got to wait till the following fiscal year. So you ladies really do a great service for the library. Linda, I know y'all have a special event to recognize the library and also raise some more funds coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, this Library Appreciation Day is something that we do, it'll just be our second year, but it's something that we want to do annually. And we will be having, we sell spaces, and so vendors that sell craft work, artwork, and also businesses are allowed to come and promote their own business. And so the money raised from the spaces that they give to us is a big, our once a year big fundraiser.
Sure.
So I think we're looking for between 40 and 60 vendors this year. So we're just celebrating with that. We're just excited. It's a lot of planning and a lot of work, but we had a good successful time last year, and we're looking for another successful time this year. This year it will be out on the other side of the town center in the parking lot, so people right on Pleasant Run can see it and drive in, and they'll see all
That's
the
huge.
things going on. So we're excited about it and looking forward to it.
Well, that's great. Precious, I know you're part of that committee too. Number one, tell us the date. When is this going to take place?
It's Saturday, November 9th,
Okay.
and it's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay, great. Let's see, I know there are vendors. It's also a way to appreciate the library. Will there be some activities inside the library itself?
Yeah, we have a lot of activities planned. We plan on having a science magic show, some science
fun.
demonstrations. We hope to get some people out, maybe do free blood pressure screening and cholesterol. That's how
idea.
the high school band is going to put a concert on for us. So it's a lot of things.
great.
A cakewalk too.
Mhm.
So I think that's something everybody can enjoy.
And it's all free to anybody that wants to come and
Absolutely.
enjoy and appreciate our library. Well, that's great. As I said, it's great to have friends. Lucille,
Yes, it
you have
is. It's
something?
great having friends, and we will also have storytelling in the library on that day. And I wanted to add additionally, our friends group supported the initiation of the very first computers that we had in our
Oh, yeah.
libraries. They were supportive of that, along with the history book that they printed and published many years ago.
Yes,
which is the
absolutely. I
history
totally
of
forgotten about
DeSoto.
that.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, can you imagine a library without computers? I mean, that's
Yeah.
probably one of the busiest places in our library now, and, you know,
Indeed.
back maybe not even a decade, maybe a decade ago, didn't have them.
Right.
Great to have friends.
Indeed.
Percy, you're the chair of this group. Is there anything else you'd like to add that we haven't covered?
Yes, I would. We are a busy organization. We need others from our community of DeSoto and maybe Glen Heights to become active members of this group. We need you to be willing to work, but if we didn't have our library, our students would have to go several miles in order to get the help that they would need. So, not just the students, but also the other population, the seniors and the adults come in and use the library. We meet on the first Thursday of every month unless notified by Miss Julia Potter. The time is 6 p.m. at the library conference room. We welcome you with a smile.
Yeah, I think this would be a fun group to be a part of. So if anybody's out there looking for a way to volunteer your time, contact Versi at the library, one of the friends. Is there a phone number that we can give out if anybody's looking for more information?
Yes, if you need more information about the Friends Group or information about the library, you can always call 972-230-9665.
Great.
And there's also a webpage.
Yes, the
When you go to
website's
the
great.
to the DeSoto Library, there's a place for the Friends, and you can look.
Oh, you have your
and
own little page on the
There's some
webpage.
pictures of the quilts that have been done in the past, and if there's an event coming up, that's posted. And the application for coming to be a vendor is also posted on the website.
Great.
So we're just looking for lots of people to come.
Great. Well, we appreciate it, and we appreciate you wanting to appreciate our DeSoto Library. Lots of appreciates there. Anything else anyone would like to add?
Yes. We hope the community supports us in our effort for this fundraiser and come out and if possible, volunteer to help that day. We need to raise the money. We want to do bigger and better things next year for the library.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thanks for being here for another edition of Focus on DeSoto Today.